Alright, I found another tool that I can use, so that's why the printing here is a little bit nicer than my handwriting, but we'll see if that continues to work out or not. In this section we're going to talk about polynomial and synthetic division. And first things, take care of long division, and like it says here, it'll serve a purpose, even though right now it just seems like a lot of busy work. But first let's do a little review on normal division. So let's do one like this. We'll do 284 divided by 3, just so we can remember the order that we do this. If I want to figure out 284 divided by 3, I just do how many 3's go into 2? None. So how many 3's go into 28? And that'd be 9. So that leaves me with 27. So we bring that down after the multiplication, then we subtract, and I get 1 and 4, 14. How many 3's go into 14? That's going to be 4. And top times front gives me 12. I subtract, and I get 2, and I can't have any more 3's going into 2, so that gets me my remainder. And I can either write it as this, or I could write it as this. So now what we want to do is kind of match this up with our long division of polynomials. So let's take a look how this works. So there's the old math that you used to do way back when you're little and didn't know what a calculator was. So now let's do the other type here. So here's what our problem is going to be. We're going to take a polynomial and we're going to put this on the outside, and on the inside of the division we're going to do this. 6x to the third minus 19x squared plus 16x minus 4. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to do a couple different things here. And just like we did over here, we started out by seeing inside here divided by the divisor. We're going to do basically the same thing on this one, but we're only going to do parts. So we're going to look at the first part here and the first part here. And we're going to say 6x to the third divided by x. Or some people like to say, what do I multiply x by to get 6x to the third? So that gets 6x squared. Now just like over here, once I got my number on top, I multiplied it out front. So we'll do 6x squared times x, which is 6x to the third. And then we had two things out here, so we do distributive. So 6x squared negative 2 is negative 12x squared. Now notice I lined up third power, second, second, so we lined up like terms. Now there's one thing that I like to say here, just a little saying that helps me remember. Draw the line. Change the signs. And this is what that means. Draw the line, change the signs. And the only reason I like to do that is I can turn this into an addition problem then, and I don't have to worry about minus a minus or a lot of those things that people tend to forget. So here opposites cancel, and here I just add negative 19 and positive 12 is negative 7x squared. Bring everything else down, plus 16x minus 4. Just like over here, we subtracted and brought down what we had left. Now we're going to do the same steps that we just got done doing there. So we're going to take this one and we're going to say first thing here divided by first thing here. So negative 7x squared divided by x is negative 7x. Same as when we did our second number here, multiplied by the front, put our answer underneath. So negative 7x squared is what I get to start out with. And then negative 7x times negative 2 is positive 14x. Go back to our saying here, draw the line, change the signs. That'll cancel. I'm left with 2x. Again, bring down what's left, minus 4. And we follow the same pattern we've been doing. Take the first thing here and the first thing here. 2x divided by x is positive 2. And then do the multiplication again. So 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Draw the line, change the signs. Everything canceled. I'm left with no remainder. So right now, this told me that when I take this polynomial divided by this, it leaves me with this as my quotient. So one thing that we could do up here to check our answer was we could take our quotient, multiply it by the number out front, our divisor, and add our remainder, and we should get what we had here. So same thing here, we should be able to take what we've got out front, multiply it by what we have on top, and this time the remainder is 0, so really there's nothing to add, but if I did this, I should come up with what I started with. So that's one way that we can look at our long division. Now there's a couple reasons why we want to do this. Factoring is one. If I can find out that this gives me a remainder of 0, I know x minus 2 is a factor, and then I've got a quadratic up here that I can either factor the short way, I can try our ABC method, or I can go A, B, and C here and plug it into quadratic formula and take it down further into my factors, or even find my zeros when I have to get into some graphing. So a lot of different ways that I can use this. All right, let's take a look at another one where this one, if you notice, we went third power, second power, first power, constant. So remember our polynomials, the standard form, highest exponent, and work our way down to the constant. Well, let's see what happens if we're missing a few things. So let's say they give us this. X to the third minus 1 divided by x minus 1. Alright, so on this one, the only significance of the parentheses is saying, hey, here's a polynomial divided by a polynomial. So again, what we're dividing by, our divisor, is going to go out front. This is going to go underneath, but I need some placeholders. I don't have a second power, so I'm going to do 0x to the second. I don't have an x, so I'm going to do 0x. And my constant, negative 1. So this is something you don't want to forget to do, is put in that extra step with our placeholders. Alright, let's see what we can do here. First thing here, and divide. X to the third divided by x is x squared. Top times front. X squared times x is x to the third. X squared times negative 1 is negative 1x to the second power. Draw the line, change the signs, opposites cancel. Here I'm left with 1x squared. Bring everything else down. Same as before. First number here and first number here. X squared divided by x is positive x. Multiply. X times x is x squared. X times negative 1 is negative 1x. Draw my line. Change my signs. Opposites cancel. I add up and get 1x minus 1. And then we go one more step. And it just says first thing here, first thing here. X goes into x one time. Top times front. 1 times x is x. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Draw my line, change my signs, everything cancels, and there we go again. So this is telling me again, like on that last problem, I can do x minus 1, and I can multiply it by what I just got for my quotient, x squared plus x plus 1, and I should get what I started with underneath. So, pretty easy other than an awful lot of busy work to go through.